investigation is absolutely critical. That's why the handling of a crime scene is so important. Doesn't mean you have to solve it in the first 24 hours, but that's where you're going to gather at least most of the evidence that probably is going to make the case for you, or you're not, or you're going to lose it. You're not going to preserve it correctly. And they're getting the pressure cookers is a big advantage to have that. That's going to give them an awful lot of information about exactly who was involved with this, how to trace it, how to look for it. There is a note here. You know, pressure cooker was used by the guy that attempted the bombing on Times Square. So this isn't the first time they've been used. And in the Al-Qaeda manual, that's...
Wow, really? Al-Qaeda? Al-Qaeda? Ain't that a CIA and an FBI alternate? Folks, really? Al-Qaeda? Did he just tell us we will never know? And really? Man, this is getting out of hand, folks.
One of the ways in which it's described that you can make a bomb have more impact, more effect.
Another point here too, Mayor. What does your gut tell you? Are they close? Do they have something? Do they have a lot? Or are they a long way away at the moment? What do you think?
Honestly, Bill, I can't tell. I don't have a gut about how close they are. They could be closer than they make it seem with the appeals that they're making, because they are trying to hold things closer to the vest. I actually can't tell. I mean, I have a hunch, but it's only a hunch, and I can be proven wrong. It sounds to me like this is not heavily orchestrated overseas. I'd be surprised if this were directed internationally. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some connections between the person or persons who did this and some international organization. But I'd be surprised if this were orchestrated overseas, because I think by now we would have collected intelligence that we could have pieced to this if this was being directed from Pakistan, Afghanistan, or someplace in Africa. Now, it still could be a thing like Major Hassan, right? Major Hassan was domestic, but Major Hassan was communicating internationally. Major Hassan was driven by jihadist theories and instincts, and Major Hassan was following a kind of encouragement from bin Laden to go do these one-offs.
Really? Bin Laden? Wow. I thought we've already killed him. Way back in, or he died back in 2001. And then Obama claimed that he killed him, what, last year, the year before? But Al-Qaeda? Really? In New York? I mean, we already found out that that was Al-Qaeda as well. CIA, same old crap. FBI agents set someone up. Really?
The way of terrorizing us. So that doesn't mean that it isn't connected
Hassan in Texas.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it isn't connected, but I doubt that it's orchestrated from overseas. And then again, it could also be just an insane person. We can't exclude that yet, and not connected to a political or ideological motivation. And I think that's part of the frustration. We don't know, which also means we don't know how to look for the next one until we find out what was the cause of this one, and is this going to be connected to other events that take place? Is it a trigger for other events?
Understood.
Is it a one-time event? Until you solve this, you're not going to know that.
Mayor, thank you. Appreciate your insight.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate your time. We'll
Good work up there.
Wow, good work up there. Let's see. Does that have anything to do with the NDAA bill? Good work up there with controlling the issues at hand? I don't know, folks. You know, I know people got hurt up there. I know this was for real. I know what happened. But by whom? That's the question of the day, right? I'm going to show you the equipment that they said they used, and then I'm also going to show where a lady said that it was a manhole. So y'all stay tuned to the rest of it, okay? Much love to y'all.
Made out of pressure cookers that look something like this until they were converted into IEDs. Devastating weapons you can find in your kitchen, and that end up looking like this tangled mess. The bombs were likely made out of 6-liter pressure cookers, then surrounded or filled with nails and small ball bearings to increase the carnage. An ignition device may have been inserted through the lid of the pressure cooker, then triggered by a timer and remotely detonated. And do not undervalue the level of this evidence and how critical it will be to put the pieces together for this massive mystery here and this jigsaw puzzle that we have yet again today here in Boston, Heather.
You know, Bill, I was reading a little bit more about these nails that they're talking about, and we're not talking about large-sized nails. These are tiny, fine nails,
right.
Small ones that would be smaller than what you use to hang a picture, say, in your house. And imagine them pulling those out of people one by one.
Yeah.
You know, a lot.
That's what the doctors have been dealing with at hospitals. You're right.
Devastating. Well, meantime, we have some new information.
This next clip that you're going to see, folks, was one of the first ones that come out. And this was from an eyewitness. This was not from the newscast. This is coming from an eyewitness. And this is coming from someone that's saying that it comes from what she saw was manholes. Now, I'm not trying to change what actually happened. I'm just telling you the difference in the stories between the mainstream media and what our eyewitness has said. So y'all check it out, okay? And y'all have a great day.
It just went off. 2 bombs went off right away, 10 seconds apart. Smoke came out. It looks like it was one of the vents on the ground, like one of those you know, whatever they're now manholes. It looks like it came from under manholes. 2 right 10 seconds apart. I saw one woman down, bleeding terribly on the sidelines. I'm not sure if any of the runners who just dashed right back into the building right next to it.